Hello and welcome to the show. Have you recently acquired a piece of land and are not sure whether you need a land surveyor or not? Well, we'll be talking about that today on the show, telling you all about land survey, its advantages, and just when you need a land surveyor. But before that, let's have a look at what we have on the Property of the Week segment. The Liboni Close, Nkoroi area of Ongata Rongai has a cool and serene environment. In this locality, just 400 meters off the Magadi Road, stands the Acu Homes, three beautifully detached bungalows that are right behind the famous Smith restaurant. Each of these houses sit on an 1/8 acre of land. The twin steel gates open up to the well-landscaped compound that will have a cabro paved driveway and a garden. There is ample parking for 3 cars. The hard quarry brick house stands at the center of the development with masted pillars on both sides characterizing the oriental opening. A chain-link barbed wire fence surrounds the entire development. The exterior is characterized by a decorative opening with warm colors and an inviting front porch that completes the shape of the house. The windows have amber panes on the outside which contrast well with the mustard stone pillars. A steel door opens up to the spacious living room that has a plinth area of 322 square feet. The floor is done in ceramic tiles. A beautiful vista ceiling gives the house a modern look. The wall bracket lighting has half-moon fixtures with an elegant full-moon lighting fixture as a centerpiece. Ample TV ports and sockets adorn the walls. An oriental opening leads to the 90 square feet dining room. A pedestal wash sink and mirror at the corner of the dining room is refreshingly different. The semi-open plan links the dining area and the kitchen. Different designs of ceramic grace the countertops with soft touch MDF cabinets that come in convenient pull-out designs. The twin sink has steel fixtures. An open pantry is at the center of the kitchen, fitted with ceiling boards for all your storage needs and a socket, just in case you want to set up an electric kitchen appliance. A steel door right next to the pantry leads to the backyard, which is also the laundry area. A unique open hallway leads to a somewhat private arena of the shared bathroom and separate toilet. Blue wall ceramic tiles showcase a beautiful design differentiating the wash area from the entire house. A pedestal sink and mirror is also fitted. All wet areas have ceramic floors and flush doors. The inside rooms all have panel doors. The first room has ample sockets and half-moonlight fixtures. It has double MDF wardrobes that fit perfectly in the room, offering ample storage area without taking a lot of space. Ample natural light seeps in through the tinted glass windows, which are an excellent choice for privacy. The master bedroom is stylish and bigger than the rest. It is similar to the other rooms with the floor-to-ceiling MDF wardrobes and a separate wardrobe that has a shoe rack fitted inside. There is ample natural light with two big windows aesthetically placed on either side. The signature half-moon light fixtures adorn the walls. The blue ceramic tiling is a signature in all wash areas with the pedestal sink and MDF boards as an internal storage solution to cater for whatever you will need to store. It is uniquely placed at the corner of the room. The bathroom is beautifully designed with bright blue ceramic walls. From towel rails to soap holders, everything can be accommodated and very easily reached. Water is supplied by the county government through Ololesa Water, and there is plenty of storage as each house has a 3,000-litre water reserve tank. A septic tank is also fitted for water treatment. Residents here can also access water through the nearby Green Glade borehole, which is about 75 meters deep. All interior and exterior lighting accessories come with the house. Security has been taken into prime consideration in the area with security lights fitted on the gate pillars. This gated community has close proximity to Arap Moi School, Nairobi Women's Rongai Branch and Oloika Police Post. The houses are on sale at 7.8 million. Perhaps you've come across those tiny pillows or cushions, whether in your house or a friend's house, and are not sure where to place them in your house. Today in our Property Essentials segment, we show you how to match up those throw pillows to bring you the perfect home decor. We all know what pillows are and what they're for, true. But have you heard of a throw pillow or toss pillow? Well, they're simply small decorative types of pillow usually placed on sofas or armchairs. They serve both an aesthetic and functional purpose. Most times they're used to tie in color accents within a room, but from a functional perspective, throw pillows may provide back, neck and head support. What are they made of? Well, throw pillows typically feature a removable cover with a feather pillow form stuffed inside and come in various shapes and sizes. They're made from a wide range of textiles including silk, leather, cotton, linen or faux suede. Home designers have become extremely attracted to the home textiles or furnishing markets, leading to a wide range of more embellished looks and styles. And you can make it yours, bringing in your very own creativity. Wondering how to master this trick for your home decor? Don't worry, mastering the throw pillow mix should not be taken too seriously. All you have to do is learn to switch things up until you find the right combination. We show you a range of simplified design formulas for the throw pillow mix. We all know what pillows are and what they're for, true. But have you heard of a throw pillow or toss pillow? Well, they're simply small decorative types of pillow usually placed on sofas or armchairs. They serve both an aesthetic and functional purpose. Most times they're used to tie in color accents within a room, but from a functional perspective, throw pillows may provide back, neck and head support. Mastering the throw pillow mix should not be taken too seriously. All you have to do is learn to switch things up until you find the right combination. We show you a range of simplified design formulas for the throw pillow mix. In Formula 3, we have a base of primary colors. Keeping a small palette allows to have fun playing with the shape of the pillows, whether squares or rectangles or even triangles. Primary colors plus a pinch of orange or gold create an exciting design. It is easier to play around with browns when mixing up primary colors. The brown or orange colors tone down the look, making it simple and creative. In Formula 4, all floral all the time. The ladies will definitely love this. As more people embrace style, there is a realization that no two floral prints clash with one another. When a pair of floral prints seem to be clashing, simply add a third. This trick works all the time. If those won't work, add a fourth until it all just works out. There is such a wide range of floral styles, the result is always sophisticated and inviting. But only use floral print on a solid color of furniture for the look to be accentuated. In Formula 5, many different patterns, same color palette. This is the easiest and safest form of throw pillow deco. Simply use as many patterns as you like as long as the common denominator is the same color palette. If browns, yellow, orange, red, whatever the palette, stick to it. You can explore different shades of the same color but do not mix it with another color. When you do this, be sure to vary the scale of the patterns as much as possible. Throw pillows can be used for all occasions, dinner parties, events, simply whenever, no matter how you use them. Throw pillows can be used for all occasions, dinner parties, events, simply whenever. No matter how you use them, remember that decorative pillows soften the visual edges of a room and always makes the space more inviting. Not only do they show off your personal decorating style, but they are also an affordable way to update deco and make a room look sensational. Time now for a short commercial break, but we'll be right back with so much lined up for you. Welcome back to the show. Now, whether you want to purchase new land or you have family land and you've just been hearing about land survey, you don't know whether you need to conduct it or not. That's what we're talking about today, whether it's important for you to do land survey or not. And with us is the chairman of the International Surveyors of Kenya, Stephen Ambani. Thank you so much for being with us. Many people who are watching have heard about land survey and they're wondering, What is it really about?
Yes. Land surveying is both an art and a science, and the profession which involves measuring land and also determining the rights of people in any particular parcel of land.
Okay, so what does a land surveyor do?
There are several kinds of surveys. There is what we call topographical survey, where before the architects carry out their designs, before the engineers carry out their designs, they require this kind of survey, whereby we pick the details and map the details in a particular parcel of land, and this assists these professionals to design their engineering structures. We also have some other kind of survey, which we call cadastral survey, where the cadastral survey is the title surveys, the surveys that will now lead to titles being issued to particular parcels of land. And then we also have engineering surveys, generally for engineering structures. For design of engineering structures, we need these kinds of surveys.
So how do you get to choose what suits you?
What makes you choose the kind of survey is the kind of product you want to have. For example, the one in terms of purchasing of a property, that's what we call the cadastral survey, and the particular product you want informs the kind of survey that will be undertaken. For example, you could be having land, maybe family land, and you want to share it out to family members. So we come in to do what we call a subdivision survey. Maybe you also want to purchase land and you want the area to be confirmed. So we come in and do a confirmation kind of survey where we confirm that indeed the parcel of land is in the right position and it is of the correct size.
You've been in this industry for a long time, and I'm sure you've seen many people, whether they conduct land surveys or not. How is the response so far?
Land survey is actually part of life. It's part of life because anytime there's a transaction in land, there must be a survey. Anytime for urban parcels of land, for urban property, anytime one wants to carry out a change of user, anytime there is what we call an extension of user, anytime there is an extension of lease, anytime there is a subdivision, obviously you'll need land survey services.
Okay, say for example, I have land and so far it doesn't match up to the agreed size. Yes. So what do you do in such a case?
The truth is, before you purchase land, before you even enter into any kind of agreement, you should make sure that the land that you are dealing with is of that particular size that you want to agree about. That means even before an agreement is effected, before a purchase is effected, a surveyor should come in to confirm the size of the land and any other legal aspects of that parcel of land. What we call due diligence is not just now about lawyers doing a search. It's about the licensed land surveyors carrying out what we call due diligence, actually determining any geographical information about a particular parcel of land.
At what point do you need to bring in the land surveyor? Beginning, middle, you know?
I believe beginning, because if you enter into an agreement, you've already paid for it. You've already said you're purchasing 1 acre of land. Then in the process, after that you discover you're only being sold half an acre. What happens? You get the point, and now they become legal issues, and sometimes they might take long to resolve. So it is always good to do it before.
Let's look at cases of double titling of land. What happens in such scenarios?
The truth is, in a properly working system, there should not be double allocation because these parcels of land are supposed to be unique and have unique information. And we are saying there is only one place, let's say the Ministry of Lands. That's where all the records are kept. And there should be nothing like double allocation when in a properly working system. When you hear of that, it means there is a problem with the system and this should be resolved.
And what happens in case someone has been in that situation? What should they do?
What happens is, and then it means it is the High Court of Kenya which should determine who's then the genuine owner of that property. And
so you take it to court?
Yeah, you take it to court. You take it to court because when that happens, some 2 documents or 3 will come up, and everyone will claim that his or her documents are the genuine ones. So it's only the courts that can determine this, and as they are doing this, they will consult the relevant government authorities and maybe any other witnesses that they may think are helpful in this kind of situation.
So how do you get to know who is a genuine land surveyor?
For you to know a genuine land surveyor, there are 2 places you should check. There is the Land Surveyors Board, which regulates the work of licensed land surveyors. Then there is the Institution of Surveyors, which is the overall organization, overall professional organization. So for now, these 2 institutions are actually working on their website so that this information can be accessed from their websites. We are also working on a system whereby we shall link up with the mobile phone providers so that in future someone can send maybe the name of the surveyor one wants to engage to a certain number, and the information will come back whether that person is genuine or not, because you will discover most of them out there might not be licensed land surveyors, and they can easily put the members of public in problems when an issue arises.
Let's have a look at maps of the property. In case someone intends to buy land or property, where do you get these maps and how can you go about that?
Now, there are 2 systems of what we call cadastral surveys, and so there is the fixed boundary survey and the general boundary survey. As it is now, for the fixed boundary survey, all the survey information is found at the survey headquarters in Ruaraka. So whether you are in which part of this country, that's where you can only get these kinds of plans. And for the general boundary surveys, the maps are found at the county survey offices. Yeah, so those have been devolved. But we are looking at a situation whereby, given the devolution that is now with us in this country, these land records should also in the future be devolved so that members can also access them quite easily at the county level.
Are there requirements that need to be met when carrying out a land survey? And could you take us through them?
It will depend on the kind of survey you want to undertake. And usually the standards of the survey are regulated by an act. But when you want to carry out a particular survey, let's say a subdivision survey, it means there must be an authority. And usually this authority, depending on the kind of land, let's say if we are talking about the agricultural land, you must get authority from the Land Control Board. And then you'll also need to get authority from the land-related government institutions at the county level. Then, but there is also some other kind of survey. You remember the records I told you that you can only find them at the survey headquarters. It will mean you must get an approval from the National Land Commission or the Ministry of Lands, depending on the kind of land you are dealing with. Yeah.
All right. Advantages of this kind of service.
When you are dealing with licensed land surveyors who are recognized by a particular act of parliament, you are saying that your interests are protected. So that if a professional does work and you have a dispute, for example, a professional surveys your property, and in future you are told that this property is in a road reserve, or this property was misidentified, so the professional misinformed you, it means you have a way of getting your rights taken care of. Unlike if you are using somebody who is not licensed and registered.
I want to throw in an example where, per se, if someone has land in 2 counties,
Yes.
You know, it's probably in the middle.
Yes.
So do you get to choose as the owner of the land whether it should fall on this county or the other county? What would happen?
You can't choose. You can't choose. What happens is the registration system is such that if land is in Kajiado, for example, then the name Kajiado must appear somewhere. There is a unique registration system. So if your land falls in Kajiado and at the same time falls in Machakos, what it means is that you'll have two titles. One bit reading Kajiado stock something, and the other one reading Machakos stock something. So you cannot decide that I want to register my land in Machakos or Kajiado. It depends on where it falls.
And it can, if it lies in between, or there's never an in between. It has to be either or.
Yes, it has to either to be in Kajiado or in. But then for the fixed boundary surveys, they are given unique numbers, the land registration number, LR number. So these numbers are sequential. Yeah, they increase from the day surveys started in this country. And then that particular number, it can be a particular number, but then somewhere on the survey plan, it will be indicated that is either in Kajiado, or it is in Machakos, or in Nairobi. So it is very important that the number indicates where you find this parcel, or else you'll have two titles bearing the same number, and there is like this number is in Machakos, there is another in Kajiado, so that will lead to double numbering.
What would be your advice to Kenyans who maybe are not sure whether they should have their land surveyed or are afraid of that long process? What would be your
For
advice?
now, they have no otherwise. As the government works on improving the whole process of getting a title, Kenyans cannot run away from survey, because without surveying, it means a Kenyan will not have a title to his land. And when you do not have a title, it means you are not empowered, because with a title, it will mean you can approach the financial institution, access funds, and engage in many other economic activities. So we cannot avoid land surveying. And as I also told you, for engineering projects, and there are very many in our country, you cannot run away from land surveying. It is very important for these engineering designs. We're also talking of these days, you see Kenyans owning part of buildings. Floods are coming up, and as these floods come up, it is as per the Sectional Properties Act of 1987, you can own part of a building. So it means a surveyor must come in to carry out this survey. So you cannot run away from surveying. When you want to extend the lease of your property, there must be surveying. When you want to change the user, let's say from commercial to residential, a surveyor must come in. We cannot run from land surveying, and that's why I told you it has become part of our life.
Thank you so much for being with us. That's Stephen Ambani from the Institution of Surveyors in Kenya, and now you know you need to make sure your land is surveyed, whether it's property you own or it's family land. Make sure you have a genuine land surveyor to keep it in check. That brings us to the end of the show today. We hope you've enjoyed and have learnt a lot as well. If you have ideas on topics that you would like us to cover, kindly talk to us on our social media platform. On Facebook, search NTV Property Show, and on Twitter, our handle is @NTV Property. We'll see you next Sunday.